Monroe is my favorite movie star, model, and icon. I own a lot of her merchandise, such as playing cards, a poster, calendars, and many other items. I even dressed up for her as Halloween a couple years ago. I don't know what it is about her that fascinates me, but ever since I watched a biography about her on the History Channel, I've been fascinated with her. Marilyn lived a life of glamour, but also endured her share of hardships. She was the most famous blonde bombshell of her time, and possibly the most famous actress of the 20th century. Marilyn had a very hard childhood. She was born as Norma Jean Mortensen on June 1st, 1926 in Los Angeles, California. Her father abandoned Marilyn and her mother, and she never met him in her life. Her mother had many psychological problems and was eventually committed into a mental institution. Norma spent most of her childhood in foster homes and orphanages, until 1942 when she married a 21-year-old neighbor when she was only 16. He joined the Marines and was sent away in 1944. When he left, Norma Jean took a job on the assembly line at a factory in Burbank, California. Several months later, a photographer saw her while taking pictures of women contributing to the war efforts for Yank magazine. He used her for the shoot and then began sending modeling jobs her way. The camera loved her, and within 2 years she had been on the cover of 33 magazines. She then had to make a choice between her marriage and her career. She divorced in June of 1946 and signed her first studio contract with 20th Century Fox on August 26, 1946. She earned $125 per week. Soon after, Norma Jean took her last name and changed her name to Marilyn and dyed her hair blonde. Her first serious acting job came in 1950 in Asphalt Jungle. But her first leading part in a serious film came in 1952 in the film Don't Bother Knocking. Marilyn met Joe DiMaggio in early 1952 when she was 25 and he was 37. He had just recently retired from Major League Baseball. On January 14, 1954, they were married. Their marriage was in trouble from the beginning. Joe was extremely jealous and resented Marilyn's popularity among the men. In the fall of 1954, Marilyn and Joe separated and later divorced. Marilyn returned to Hollywood after being absent over a year to film Bus Stop. On June 29, 1956, she married Arthur Miller, a writer. They returned to New York, and Marilyn did not return to Hollywood until 1958 to make Some Like It Hot. Marilyn's health began to deteriorate due to increased dependency on drugs and involvement in her unhappy marriage. She often came to the set late and was unable to remember her lines. In the same month that the movie was released, she divorced Arthur. Marilyn purchased a house in Brentwood section of Los Angeles in 1961. She began filming in the movie Something's Got to Give in April 1962. Marilyn had been seeing Joe DiMaggio frequently during this time and had finally agreed to remarry him. The wedding date was set for August 8, 1962. She died August 5th. There has been many speculations about her death, but it is unlikely that she committed suicide. It is possible that it was an accidental drug overdose or by drugs administered by someone else. Joe DiMaggio made arrangements for the funeral, inviting no one from the Hollywood scene or press, but only close friends and relatives. For over 20 years, flowers were sent to her weekly to her grave site from Joe. Marilyn Monroe was one of the most famous, memorable, and cherished actresses of Hollywood. Even after her tragic death, she is still adored by people around the world, and will be for years to come. Marilyn Monroe's career as an actress lasted 16 years. She made 29 films, 24 in the first 8 of her career.